Hey, YouTube. We love YouTube, Debbie, Antonelli, because of all of the just information that we can give. We can really sit down and talk a little basketball without the rap sign. I'm looking at my producer. You better not rap us. All right, let's talk about this upcoming season. Many people believe that this is the most juiced, the most talked about season. What are you most looking forward to out of a long list of headlines?
Elle, I can give you 9.9 million reasons why this year's women's basketball season is going to be fun. I mean, when you come off the championship the way we did and we build on the product, and I always talk about the product being the narrative, well, that's definitely what we have this year. We have quality teams. We have a lot of teams that can win. And we have very good ticket-selling players is what I like to say.
Yeah, we do. Premium marquee games and matchups as well. And is there anything more symbolic than how big women's hoops has gotten than the idea that we are starting out the season in Paris, South Carolina, facing Notre Dame? Just incredible for someone that's going into their 36th season of doing this, Debbie.
Oh.
What does it feel, or how do you feel just knowing that this is happening?
The first thing I feel is incredible pride, you know, that our game has grown to a point where we can create made-for-TV events. They can stand alone, and to stand alone internationally, the first time ever a college game is being played in Paris, that is amazing.
Yes.
And to have two teams that represent the top 10, which is quality, really good players, great coaches, just terrific for the game, and I'm very excited to see what happens.
You mentioned that top 10 matchup because this is, as Dawn and everyone here has been saying as we join you courtside here from Colonial Life Arena, this is a business trip and a really big test for a team, Debbie, that lost 5 of their top 6 leading scorers from a season ago, 5 players drafted in the WNBA. We've seen Dawn have to replace generational talent before. She did it with Asia Wilson, and she brings in Aaliyah Boston. Now she's having to do it again. What do you want to see from this squad early on that will tell you that this is more than a reset?
Well, I think what we're going to see is very similar to the way Dawn has built the foundation of her program. Great defense, ball pressure, interior defending the rim, and then an interior presence on the other end of the floor as well. But this year's team's going to have a little bit better guard play, better shooters around Camila Cardoso at 6'7", who will be the feature on the inside. Always a good rebounding team. There's certain staples. The difference this year is I think they're going to shoot the ball better, and because they can shoot the ball better from the perimeter, it'll change the space on the floor, which will give Cardoso some more room to operate as well. This will still be the same South Carolina, tough, gritty, determined, just like Dawn as a player and as she's built her program here.
We're a few minutes into this segment talking about women's basketball, and we haven't mentioned the national champions. And I'm sure, certainly some LSU fans are going, what are you even talking about? Of course, this is a team that wins the national championship after an entire load of transfers in year one. And then they go back to the transfer portal, and they bring in Anissa Morrow and Haley Van Lith. When you look at the sort of outlook for this LSU team, what do you think?
Well, first of all, the first thing that comes to mind, good luck getting a rebound against them. I mean, I think Angel Reese's 34 double-doubles last year. The only time she didn't get one was right here in this building, right? I think it's going to be really challenging to get a rebound. I don't think you're going to get any offensive rebounds against them. And then her ability with Morrow to rebound, to bust up the floor, and to get into their transition game is going to take a lot of pressure off the guards. I think Angel's game has evolved. She continues to get better, and I think they are going to be very exciting. It's Mardi Gras all the time down there, right? I mean, that's a tough place to go in and win.
It certainly is. It's Mardi Gras. It's become the fashion capital of the world, depending on whether you like sparkles and feathers. Let's talk about the runner-up last year. Of course, the team that lost to LSU in the national championship, Iowa. They've got Caitlin Clark, so there's always a way. But they did lose Monica Zanano, the Robin, if you would, to her Batman. What do you think that their ceiling is this year? Do you foresee them being able to make another Final Four run?
I definitely think they have an opportunity to do so. I think they're playing a challenging schedule that will give them a chance to grow their interior game. Caitlin Clark is Caitlin Clark. I don't see anything but her continuing to get better. I was at the game in the football stadium, 55,646 people. It was amazing. And we have a made-for-TV event in Charlotte with them playing Virginia Tech. Again, those are ways that Iowa's been able to take advantage and capitalize on the product being so good. But Caitlin Clark is probably going to be the NCAA's all-time leading scorer by the time we're done. She's going to break all the records in the Big Ten. She's got enough around her. Don't sleep on Kat Martin and Gabby Marshall, 2 players that come on the perimeter with them. But once they get the interior going, Lisa Bluter's tasted it a little bit, right? They'll be ready and they'll be good. And Caitlin is must-see TV.
She certainly is every single time. For many, many years, that was UConn. And it feels like for a second straight year, Debbie, I'm asking you to sort of handicap UConn's chances. They are coming off just 2 injury-ravaged seasons. In fact, I think it's something like 250 games missed over the last couple of seasons combined because of injuries. But now Paige Beckers is back. AZ Fudd looks to be in great shape. They'll even get Ice Brady back in. How do you sort of look at this UConn team, a team that fell to Ohio State last year, a team that Gino will say it all the time, we haven't won a championship in a couple of years, so now people are going to be coming for me. How do you sort of outlook what their season could be?
With a healthy Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd, there aren't two better shot makers in the game. Combined with the size and the depth that they have up front, this is a team that the smart money would be on LSU and UConn. Like, you do not want to see them on your side of the bracket in the NCAA tournament. They're healthy. They bring that kind of talent to the floor with that kind of edge and hunger. They're just on the gritty side of tough, right? I mean, this is going to be really good to watch. They always play good defense. They always move the ball. And when you play UConn, you have to bring 40 minutes of execution and discipline. That is hard to do, and that's part of the reason why they've been so successful. And when they're healthy, they're going to be tough to knock out.
Yes, when they're healthy, maybe a bright spot is that Aaliyah Edwards, they had to turn to her. She's been the most healthiest the last couple of years, and just the leaps and bounds that she grew last year to help that team. All right, then. I think we've handled some of the top ones. You give me, in the vein of it being Halloween, we'll stay there with the season. Who is the scariest team to you that could potentially really make some moves?
The scariest team to me is Ohio State, and that's because of the way they pressure 94 feet and the way they can take you out of your offense, first and second options with their defense. They're deep. They've got plenty of guards. You cannot have enough guards in college basketball, and they have plenty. And Celeste Taylor is probably one of the best pickups out of the portal. ACC Defensive Player of the Year last year at Duke. She can score. She defends. She's strong. She's got size. J.C. Sheldon will be healthy. And the athleticism on the wings for Kevin McGuff's team, they haven't been since '93. That's the last time Ohio State went to the Final Four. I think this could be a team that can get there.
I think a name that people will be saying come March, Cody McMahon. She is a grown woman amongst other women. That does it for us here courtside. Debbie Antonelli, Elle Duncan, just getting you ready for what's going to be an incredible women's basketball season.